Chairman, it is my distinct honor to present the Fiscal Year 2015 Energy and Water Bill for consideration before the full House. I'd like to recognize the efforts of our Chairman, Mr. Rogers, and Ranking Member Loy to bring this bill to the floor. Their efforts to bring the appropriations process back to regular order ensure that our federal discretionary spending receives the full scrutiny of this body and our committee process. I'd also like to thank Ranking Member Capter for all of her work. Her contributions and advice have made this legislation stronger. The bill before you totals $34.01 billion for activities for the Department of Energy, Army Corps of Engineers, Bureau of Reclamation, and other agencies under our jurisdiction. This is a $50 million reduction from last year's funding levels. The bill prioritizes investments in this nation's infrastructure and national defense. As we do each year, we worked hard to incorporate priorities and perspectives from both sides of the aisle. For instance, this bill overcomes the budget request's proposed cut of nearly $1 billion to the critical programs of the Army Corps of Engineers. The request would have led to economic disruptions at our ports and waterways, as our ports and waterways filled in, and would have left our communities and businesses vulnerable to flooding. Instead, this bill recognizes the critical work of the Corps and provides $5.492 billion for these activities, $959 million above the request and $25 million above last year. This bill takes a strong stand against government overreach by prohibiting changes to the definitions of the waters of the United States and fill material. The bill also provides $11.361 billion for the atomic security, nonproliferation, and naval reactors programs of the National Nuclear Security Administration, a $154 million increase from fiscal year 2014. This bill is clear about our concerns with Russia's recent activities in Eastern Europe. It eliminates all new funding for non-proliferation funding in Russia and requires that before the Secretary of Energy funds any activity in Russia, he must certify that the activity is in our national security interest. Madam Chairman, Russia's activities in the Ukraine have shown once again how important our nuclear security umbrella is to our allies. We've also seen how Russia has used Ukraine's reliance on natural gas to put pressure on its new leadership, and the movements by insurgents to occupy Iraq threaten to drive oil prices through the roof. Our country has abundant natural energy resources, and it is our national security and economic interest to assure that they are fully and responsibly used. That's why this bill makes a strong, balanced investment in our energy sector to ensure that our constituents continue to have reliable, affordable energy. Fossil energy, which provides more than 71% of our electricity production in 2013, received $593 million, a $31 million increase above fiscal year 2014. Nuclear energy is increased by $10 million above last year. Energy efficiency and renewable energy is slightly reduced by $113 million from last year. This balanced investment prioritizes improvements to energy sources that we rely upon today while making long-term investments in alternative energy sources. Thank you, and I appreciate the full committee's attention to this bill. I reserve the balance of my time.